Space is already creepy. We have giant black holes, never-ending darkness, and infinite number of stars and planets. But what if you weren't alone out there? Imagine blasting off thinking you're the only one around. Then all of a sudden, something weird shows up.
Welcome to Space Frontier. Today we're counting down the top creepiest and the most unsettling space stories that will have you sleeping with the lights on.
Retired astronaut Dr. Story Musgrave is a legend. He flew on a record-breaking 6 space missions and even experienced the wonder of all 5 space shuttles. So, when Dr. Musgrave claims he saw an 8-foot-long white snake slithering through the inky blackness of space, well, let's just say people listened. Now, some people think it might have been a loose spacecraft hose, but Dr. Musgrave sticks to his story. And get this, he saw this space serpent on not one, but 2 separate missions. This, combined with his belief in aliens, adds some serious kind of chills to the whole situation.
Was it a space snake, a cosmic noodle? We may never find out.
Let's talk about some seriously spooky space sounds. We all know space is silent. No air means no sound waves bouncing around. That's why astronauts need some fancy built-in radios in their suits to chat with each other and mission control back on Earth. China's first astronaut Yang Liwei in 2003 was chilling in a spaceship, and then all of a sudden he heard a sound like someone whacking a metal bucket with a wooden mallet. And the weirdest part is that sound cannot travel in space. So it couldn't have been coming from outside the ship. Liwei couldn't tell if it was inside. He checked the windows but nothing. Then back on Earth he tried to explain it to the experts but couldn't quite recreate the sound. And things get even spookier because apparently other Chinese astronauts heard similar knocks on missions in 2005 and 2008.
Do you think it was a technical glitch?
We all know Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin made history with those giant leaps for mankind in 1969. But what if there's more to the story? Here's a juicy conspiracy theory that's been floating around for decades. The moon is actually an alien parking lot. During the Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong stumbled upon something a little more interesting than moon rocks. Armstrong saw something incredible, 2 massive UFOs on the far side of the moon just checking out Earth. This whole thing supposedly hinges on a 2-minute gap in transmission from Apollo 11. Did Armstrong whisper about alien spaceship during that radio silence? Well, that's what believers want you to think. We will talk about why that might not be the case in our next video, but for now, let's just say this theory adds some serious fuel to the conspiracy fire. We have already talked about how sound needs air to travel, so it shouldn't exist in the vacuum of space. But guess what? Astronauts, they keep coming back with stories about hearing weird noises up there. Like Apollo 10 mission astronauts Stafford, Young, and Cernan, while circling the moon, heard this creepy whistling music.
That music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? Do you hear that? That whistling sound? Yeah. Woo! Look at your... Yeah, it sounds like, outer space type music.
It wasn't some quick blip either. This space symphony lasted for a whole hour and freaked them out. Cernan especially was spooked, calling it some kind of otherworldly tune. And back on Earth, they debated whether to tell NASA and the whole world about this bizarre experience. And now, a NASA engineer threw out a logical explanation. It might be a radio interference between the lunar module and the command module. So it kind of makes sense, right? But hold on, astronaut Al Warden from Apollo 15 wasn't buying it.
Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more. And I'm new here. I'm still trying to learn how to make good videos. So hopefully I will learn and improve, and I will share more space knowledge with you guys. Thank you.